If you want to learn how to make my favorite comfort food, twisted macaroni and minced beef, then stay tuned. To a hot pot, I'm adding in some oil, and then I'm going to add in my brown sugar. It's not the usual method, but this is the method that works for me. So I'm going to allow my sugar to brown and caramelize, just like if you're making stew chicken. To my minced beef, I would have added in some green seasoning and some chopped garlic and pimentos, and that is what I seasoned my minced beef with. You can adjust your salt to taste. Once my sugar has caramelized to my liking, then I'm going to add in my minced beef to that brown sugar and oil. And I'm just gonna give this a good mix to ensure that is evenly coated throughout the pot. Now be careful here because the brown sugar tends to splatter, or the steam tends to be really intense around this time, so just be careful during this process. Here I like to make sure that my minced beef is evenly coated and it takes the color of that beautiful caramelized sugar that we browned earlier on, right? You want to make sure that it is spread evenly throughout the pot to get that beautiful color. I'm also going to add in 1 small onion to this mixture, and I'm also adding in 3 grated carrots to my mixture as well. This is the easiest way that I get my children to eat a lot of vegetables that they don't like. So once I add that into the pot, I'm going to give that a nice mix so that it is incorporated throughout the minced beef, and it's gonna cook evenly as well while the minced beef is cooking. So you don't want to add this too late down into the minced beef unless you like that crunchy type of carrot feeling, but my children don't like it. I also added in just a bit of water for that minced beef to cook. The minced beef does release its own liquid. However, it isn't sufficient enough liquid for me, so I like to add in just a bit of liquid so that that minced beef cooks very nice and evenly, and we don't have any crunchy or rubbery parts throughout the minced beef. To my minced beef as well, I also like to add in all-purpose seasoning with no MSG while it is cooking, and this is me here just adjusting the salt. I also add in a little bit of ketchup to help thicken and sweeten my minced beef. You don't have to do this if you don't like your minced beef very sweet, so you can opt out of that if you like. I also added in a little tip of water, probably just like 2 tablespoons of water, just to allow that ketchup and everything to cook. Here I'm adding in my twisted macaroni, which is the star of the show, and this was 3 packs of macaroni to actually 1 pound of minced beef, because I'm also making this for my children to enjoy, and they like their minced beef not to be too much within the macaroni. So this is the ratio that I use: 3 packs of twisted macaroni to 1 pound of minced beef. You can always feel free to adjust those measurements based on your liking, and I'm just here giving that a nice turn. The gravy that we had from the minced beef is what is actually going to help coat that macaroni and flavor all of our macaroni, so that this meal is just hearty and delightful. Once all of your macaroni has been evenly coated, you have this comfort, mouth-watering twisted macaroni and minced beef, and you can always feel free to play around with different types of macaroni. I just play around with it to keep my children interested in their food. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.